224 young men who today are about to become players in the National Football League. A day where lives are changed, fates are decided, dynasties are born, and the clock is always ticking. Of course, I'm talking about Draft Day.
Draft day, baby. Where does your team sit? Good evening, everybody. Game time, Brian here. We are going to have a little look back on my predictions. Where does your team sit midway through the NFL season? Some are better than maybe we thought. Some are not as good as we thought. The end of the day, I think where I predicted, I'm pretty close to what I think. Injuries matter. Injuries definitely matter. Let's take a look, see. But in order to get to the draft at the end of April, you need to go through the season. And that's what we're going to do, everybody. The season, as we sit here, we are through 8 weeks. Some people have had their bye. I know the Eagles have their bye this week. Dallas has their bye next week. Let's start with the you know what? Let's start with the Washington Commanders. Okay, we're gonna start with the Washington Commanders. Okay, I'm going to show you their thumbnail as what I predicted before game one, and this is what I had. Okay, and I'm gonna go back and forth. I predicted Momo. I predicted a win against the Giants, a loss against the Packers, a win against the Raiders, and a loss against the Falcons. So they got a win. Oh, see, I had them beating the Falcons, but they lost to the Falcons. Oh, wait, hold up, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Maybe that's how it went. Let me see here. Giants, Packers, Raiders. Okay. Giants, Packers, Raiders, Falcons. One loss, one loss. So they one loss, one loss. I had them going one. I had them beating Green Bay. I had them beating. See, I had them better. I had them better. I had them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. I had them 5-3 at this point after 8 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-3 after 8 games. They beat the Chargers. They've lost 3 in a row. So they are 3-5. So I had them at 5-3. They sit at 3-5. Okay. They sit at 3-5. And let's see who they have left. They have home against the Seahawks. Seahawks are a very good football team. Jaden Daniels may or may not be back. I think that could possibly be a loss. I don't know. It's either way. Probably 3-6. Home against the Lions. 3-7. Home against the Dolphins, okay, that's overseas. 4-7. Home against the Broncos, that's a loss in prime time. 4-8. I'll give you a win at the Vikings. 5-8. I'll give you a win at the Giants. 6-8. Okay, Eagles and Cowboys, and then at Eagles. So again, it's not looking very good, people. Dallas already thumped them once. Let's say they split there. Okay, Dallas always plays good there. The Washington Commanders are in serious trouble right now. So I had them at 5-3. They are at 3-5. Not good. Now what I'm going to do is let me see here. We're going to go to the We are going to go to the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we'll go to. Oh, now we'll go to the Giants. Jesse will go to the Giants next, brother. New York Football Giants. Get their schedule up. Boom, boom. All right. The New York Football Giants. Let's see. I had the Giants finishing at 8-9. 8-9. Remember, I had Washington winning the division with 10 wins. Okay. Or 11 wins. I had Washington finishing with 11. They're not getting nowhere near 11. So I was wrong on the Commanders. Sorry, Momo. You had the Commanders going 8-0. So I had the Giants at 8-9. But let's look at the first few games. I had loss, 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 win, win, loss, loss, loss. So I had them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses and 2 wins. Let's see where they're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. They got 2 wins and 6 losses. It's exactly where I had them. Here's the issue. I did not have them losing Malik Neighbors. That's huge. I did not know that Cam Scatterboo was going to be that good. He turned out to be that good. He's out for the year. But I had the Giants exactly right. Let's go back. Loss, 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 win, loss, win, loss, loss. Okay. They split with the Eagles. Dallas, they should have won the Dallas game. Let's be honest. They should have won that game. Dallas came back, tied it and won it in overtime. Chargers was a close game. Chiefs, not so much. You blew the Eagles out. The Saints, you lost. That was an ugly loss at New Orleans. New Orleans, not a good football team. They lost by 1 on the road at Denver. Hell of an effort. And then you get blown out in the revenge game at Philadelphia. Again, up to this point, I had them exactly at 2-6. That's where I predicted. Let's see how I have them with 8. Let's see how they get to 8. I have them winning against 49ers, losing at the Bears, winning against the Packers, losing at the Lions, or home against the Lions, winning against the Patriots. It's not going to happen. Winning against the Commanders, winning against the Vikings. Those are possible. Losing to the Raiders, they could win that one, and winning against the Cowboys. At that point, if Dallas needs the game, you're not beating the Cowboys. You're not. But we shall see. It's possible. Home games are in blue. Okay. So I have them beating the 49ers. I don't know. 49ers are coming off a loss, Jesse. I don't know. Let's see where the next win. At the Bears, you're not winning that game. Home against the Packers, with Micah now, you're not winning that game. At the Lions, you're not winning that game. At the Patriots, 6-2 Patriots, I think, you're not winning that game. Home against Commanders, you could win. Home against the Vikings, you could win. Home against the Cowboys, you could win. And you may win the last 4. So I think the best case scenario is 6 or 7 at this point. So there were some people that follow my channel that had the Giants winning and finishing ahead of Dallas. There's no way that's going to happen. No way at all. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, let's talk about the Cowboys. My Dallas Cowboys, again, they sit here at 3-4-1. Yes, the dreaded tie. Let's look and see what I had them at this point. Okay, I had them losing at the Eagles. They did. Close game. Still a loss. I had them winning at home against the Giants. Ugly game. Gave up 37 points to Russell Wilson. Maybe the best deep ball thrower to ever live. If you don't get any pressure, he can still kill you. But our defense is pretty bad. We won the game. At Chicago, remember? That's my son's wedding weekend. I predicted a loss before the season. Home against Green Bay. I predicted a loss. I predicted a 1-3 start to our season. I did not think that we would be the number one offense in the league. I did not think we would be the worst defense. All along, we were trying to get to mid-pack. I don't think mid-pack is going to happen anytime soon. So how can we rebound at all, if at all? But I had them 1-3. I had them beating, who was that? The Jets. Yes, I was right on the Jets. I had us beating the Carolina Panthers. That's where the issue is. I had us losing the Green Bay. We did not. We tied. I had us beating the Panthers. We did not. We lost by a field goal. This is the game where Carolina had the ball for almost 7 minutes to salt the game away. Never got the ball back. So, again, I had them beating Washington. We blew Washington out. I had us losing to Denver all along. I always had us losing to Denver. And I have us beating Carolina at home. So, again, we're going to see what's going on here. But as of right now, I had us at 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. We have 4 losses. And I had us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. So I had us at 5-4. The best we're going to be able to do is 4-4-1. So if we win, a big if we win in Arizona, at home against Arizona, where we haven't lost and we score a lot of points, we will be a half game behind where I thought we were. Then we have our bye week. Then I had us beating the Raider game. I'll be at that game. Very winnable. So if you look at it now, let's say we're 4-4-1, 5-4-1. I had us, and I still have us beating the Eagles at home. Listen, obviously we can lose that game. I have us beating the Eagles. I think we split this year. 6-4-1. Home against the Chiefs. This is the game that they're going to have to find a way to win. Either it's at home. I think it's possible. But let's say we lose it. So we're 6-4-1. Let's say we win our next 3. 6-4-1, 6-5-1, at Detroit, 6-6-1. Home against the Vikings a win. Home against the Chargers a win. 7-8. I originally had us losing out. Losing at Washington, loses at the Giants. It's not going to happen. Maybe we win one. The key is going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs game. If we could find a way to beat both of those teams, we'll be ahead of where I thought we would be. But I had them, based on this prediction, I had them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. I'm looking at 8 to 10 wins still, but they need to find a way to get their head out of their butt regarding their defense. Let's look and see about the Birds. The Eagles. Let's see where I had the Eagles. Everybody wants to talk their crap, but let's see what I had the Eagles. I have the Eagles I had them finishing at 10-7. Obviously, I'm going to move the bar. But more importantly, where did I have the Eagles finishing at this point of the season? I had you beating Dallas, losing to Kansas City. You won that game. I had you beating the Rams, losing to Tampa. You won that game. You were 4-0 through the first 4. Okay? I had you winning against Denver. You lost at home. I had you winning at the Giants. You lost. I had you beating Minnesota. You did. I had you beating the Giants. I had the Eagles at, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-2 at the break. That's another team that I hit. I hit the Giants and the Eagles perfect. I'm a half game behind where I thought Dallas would be because of the tie. Washington, injury, I don't know. I missed the boat on Washington, okay? So, nailed their schedule, nailed their 6-2. Obviously, I didn't have the right games. I didn't have them beating Kansas City. I also didn't know that Kansas City wasn't going to have any of their wide receivers at the time. Did not know that, right? There's no way to know. I had them winning against the Rams. You probably should have lost that game. It took you 2 blocked field goals to win the game. I had them losing at Tampa. To me, that's your best win. I had you beating Denver. As much as I like Denver, Denver's a very good football team. I had you sweeping the Giants. You did not sweep. You got blown out the first game, and then you blew them out. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Okay, I have you at 10 wins. That means you only win 4 coming down. Let's see if I still believe that. Let's see. At Green Bay, I think that could be a loss. Home against Detroit, I think that's a loss. I think Dallas gets the revenge. I'm still going to stick that you're going to lose the next 3. I know you guys don't think so. I'm just going to stick with I've been right so far. But maybe you win one of those. Maybe you beat Dallas, right? Maybe you beat Dallas. I have you beating Chicago. That could go either way. Okay, maybe you beat Dallas but lose to Chicago. Or maybe you beat Dallas and you lose because I have you beating the Chargers. Maybe you lose the Chargers. Chargers are a good football team. Better have your act together. I have you beating the Raiders. You play them at home. I have you splitting with Washington. They're coming down the end of the season. They could play spoiler, and I have you losing at Buffalo. So, okay, maybe you win 2 more. Maybe you get to 12. You're not winning 13. Okay, you're not. But let's look at who the Eagles have. Let's look at the Eagles. Your schedule. Let's look at it in depth, home and away. At the Packers. That's a tough game. Very tough game. Home against the Lions. Okay. At the Cowboys. You can say whatever you want. That's going to be a tough game. As long as Dak's playing, they're lighting it up. Now, maybe you guys will still be rolling. We'll see what Dallas does at the trade deadline. We're hearing a lot of rumors. Home against the Bears. So if I'm redoing your schedule, I say loss, 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 win. I'll give you a win like against the Chargers. So that's 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. I still have you at 4 wins. So I have you at, again, I don't think you're seeing 12. That's just my opinion. But I think this next stretch of games, the next 3 games, we'll see what they're really made of. I don't know that the bye week, I know everybody wants a bye week. I don't know that the bye week is coming at a great time, really. I don't. Because you guys are finding a way to win, and you're playing decent ball. You did go out and make a trade. He's a decent, it's better than Ja'Cory Bennett. I will put it that way. Carter's decent. You gave up Mechie, and you swapped some picks. Again, we'll see. Michael Carter and a 2027 7 to the Eagles in exchange for John Mechie and a 2027 6th. So, again, Eagles give up Mechie in a 6th. Okay. I mean, again, everybody's expecting these big splash moves. I don't think the Eagles are going to give you that. He's better than Ringo. He's better than Ringo, so I'll give you that. But, yes, that's what I did. I nailed the Eagles at this point. I've nailed the Giants, and I'm a half game off on the Cowboys. Obviously, the Commanders have lost their quarterback. I will give some, I will, allow injuries. Listen, everybody has injuries, but when you lose your starting quarterback, you have to admit it would be rude to say that it doesn't matter, because it does matter unless your starter stinks. So, that's what I got. Not bad. Tell me what you think. Now, I know the Eagle fans, you don't think you're going to lose at Packers, home against the Lions, at Dallas. Maybe you win at Dallas, okay? That's the one I think you can win. Okay, so that's okay. But home against the Bears, you're going to win, so that will be 2. At the Chargers, 3. Home against the Raiders, 4. I think you're losing at the Commanders, and you're losing at the Bills. Maybe you win the last game. So maybe 5. So you figure 5. 11, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 11 is the best you're going to do. 11 is the best you're going to do. Now let's look and see how I think Dallas can improve on their schedule. Let's see. Dallas sits at 3-4-1, right? Dallas sits at 3-4-1. 4-4-1, 5-4-1. Again, that's not a stretch. The Cardinals have now the Cardinals. Interesting stat on the Cardinals. The Cardinals have lost 5 games already, but they lost by 3 or less in all of those 5. They play close games, so I expect nothing less. But you're asking me what I think Dallas could end up, the best case scenario for the Cowboys. You win. So that's 5-4. You beat the Eagles in a revenge game, 6-4. The Chiefs is going to be a tough game. Honestly, that's going to be a tough game. So let's say 6-5 at the Lions, 6-6. You're not beating the Lions. Home against the Vikings, home against the Chargers, 7-6, 8-6. And I think we split here. I think we lose the Commanders and beat the Giants. So I'm still thinking 9 wins for my Cowboys. Maybe 8, but I'm thinking 9 wins. So, like the first 4, let's do that. The first 4, loss, win, loss, tie. The second 4, win, loss, win, loss. Again, Dallas hasn't lost or won. Dallas hasn't lost or won 2 games in a row yet. So, hold up. So, Dallas, like I said, they have not lost or won 2 games in a row. The rubber's going to meet the road unless they tie again. They're either going to lose 2 in a row. I think they win. And then they go into their bye. I think they beat the Raiders. Obviously, Eagles game is going to be tough. But I think they're going to beat the Eagles. Sorry. I mean, I hate to tell you. The Chiefs, I think we can win. But I'm not. That's a tough one for me at this point. Chiefs are playing way better now than they did early on in the season. The Lions, I'll believe it when I see it. Vikings, they could win. Chargers, they could win. They could lose them both. But I'm telling you, they could win them both. They haven't lost a game at home yet. At the Commanders, they always play well. I'm giving them a loss. Dallas will screw it up. At that point, if they're out, I don't think Giants are beating them that last game of the year. Dallas will win in New York. So, I think I'm pretty good. Let's go back to the Birds. The Birds. They were 4-0 in their first 4. The second 4, they're 2-2. Okay? The next 4, loss, 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 win. I got them 1-3. Best case scenario, I think, is 2-2 if you beat Dallas. So to me, this is a tough stretch. Let's look at the Commandos. The first stretch. Win, loss, win, loss. Looks like Dallas, don't it? Win, loss, win, loss. Win, loss, win, loss. All right, that was your first 4. Your second 4 was win, loss, loss, loss. Not the way to go. Now, it coincides with Jaden Daniels. Dallas beat Jaden and knocked him out. But Jaden missed the Bears game as well. So let's look at your next 4. Seattle and home. Thank God it's at home. I think you got a shot there. Home against the Lions. Home against the Dolphins. And home against the Broncos. The Dolphins game is overseas. I think best case scenario was 2-2. I think you could beat Seattle. I think you're losing to the Lions. But either way, you're splitting out of those 2. You'll beat the Dolphins and you'll lose to the Broncos. So, the 2-2 is what you're looking at. So, you're going to have 4 wins. 5 wins. You're going to have 5 wins. 1, 2, 3. Because you're 3-5. You're going to be 5-7. It's not good, people. Again, weird season. Let's look at the Giants. We'll finish up the Giants and then we'll get out of here. New York Football Giants. Your first four, loss, 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 win. Your second four, loss, win, loss, loss. Again, it coincides. I mean, injuries are piling up for the Giants. The defense is not living up to the billing. Abdul Carter, somewhat of a no-show at this point. Um, I think you miss Wink Martindale, to be honest with you. Let's look at the next four. Home against the Niners. We're rooting for you, Jesse. At the Bears, home against the Packers, at the Lions. It's not, again, another tough stretch. I think the best thing the Giants can do is win not many games, get more high picks, keep drafting, add another weapon to go along with Malik Neighbors. Speaking of Malik Neighbors, before we get out of here, Dallas's team doctor. You ever see the guy wearing the cowboy hat on the side? That's Dr. Cooper. Dr. Cooper is the man. He's the best in the business, in the world, with knee reconstruction, knee surgeries. Malik Neighbors did a prehab. He's been working his knee out before surgery. It's something they do now to enhance the healing process to make it heal better. That's a Dr. Cooper thing. He's in good hands. So that's it. Tell me what you think. Eagle fans, tell me how much you think they're not going to lose 3 in a row. Maybe you beat Dallas. Okay. I still think Dallas wins. Maybe you find a way to beat Detroit, right? Maybe you find a way to beat Green. I mean, you know, it, it, I, maybe 1 and 2. You're not. You ain't winning all 3. You're not. I don't. I think 2 out of 3 would be incredible. I think you win 1 out of 3 at best at Dallas, but I think Dallas is going. I think Dallas is going to play well that game. Again, there's a lot of ifs. Their defense is leaking oil right now, so we'll see what they do at the trade deadline. But that's it. Let me know what you think. Just I don't know exactly what the rest of the season is going to hold. Just remember one thing. Maybe